Is he playing the victim? Let's speak to Amy Tarkanian, Republican strategist and former chair of the Nevada Republican Party. Good morning to you, Amy. As we hear the words of Donald Trump, every time anybody takes him to task for his either actions or indeed anything that happened whilst he was in power or on his exit of power, seems to make him more popular. Why?
That's an excellent question, and it's bewildering because you would think that even after the first indictment, most people would say, oh, I need to maybe, take a step back and let's see how this one pans out. And that just doesn't seem to be the case. And so when he plays the victim, he's now had his base as well join in on the victimhood. And so now everyone believes that they are the victims. And he has this famous line where he constantly says, they're not after me, they're after you. I'm just standing in the way. So he stirs the pot with anger and frustration, combined with the rhetoric that he continues to spew to this day about there being systemic fraud, still talks about Hillary Clinton, still complains about President Biden and the situation that is probably going to be under investigation at some point with the dealings with China and his family. And it's just two completely different scenarios, and neither one are good, but he's always trying to deflect. And it's a problem that's also now trickled down to the states, because here in the state of Nevada, you had the state party leadership who participated in the fake elector scheme, and they were granted limited immunity. For what? What participation did they have along with President Trump? And also this misbehavior, it turns to be somewhat of acceptable. And in our legislature, we had to recently pass and make it a felony to harass poll workers and election workers, because you have people that are now livid, thinking that their vote isn't counting, and they're bothering these individuals who are volunteering to make sure that our election process is run as smoothly as possible.
How has it got to this, that the American election in 2024 looks like it could be a rerun between a president, an incumbent president, who we all wonder whether or not he's going to reach the end of his sentence, let alone a speech in one piece, and a former president who has a litany of legal cases pursuing him and the most extraordinary relationship with the truth. I mean, is this the best America can do?
No, absolutely not. And unfortunately, you have the president, the current President Biden, who has the majority of the mass media able to do a lot of his work for him. And so, yes, he is a constant gaffe maker. He is stumbling physically and verbally in front of the entire world to see. But we don't get to talk about that on a regular basis because they quickly move on to other issues. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is excellent at PR. And that's something that he, has been very profitable in, and he knows exactly how to maneuver his audience or his base. And so he takes to Truth Social and says these crazy, outlandish statements that then his followers will repeat over and over and over. And so, he actually says that it's a great honor to be arrested for you. So he brings everybody in emotionally, and they become brainwashed almost. It's bewildering and mind-blowing to watch.
It is. Just finally to you, Amy, as we look at the forthcoming race for the White House, which, it's already started in earnest, is there anybody other than Donald Trump who is going to be taking the Republican Party nomination?
Not at this point. It seems that with every indictment, he becomes stronger and stronger, and his base is more convinced that this is a witch hunt, as he would call it. And so we're going to have a redo of President Biden and President Trump, and I think he will win the nomination, but he will lose in the general.
Wow, there we go. Amy Tarkanian, Republican strategist and former chair of the Nevada Republican Party. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning here on Talk. It's much appreciated.